Hey everybody, this is Please Ski or Not. Today we're going to be talking about my organizer for my Sirchie brand Narco Test Pouches. I'm sure this would work with a lot of other different types of brands. However, this Plano case that I use for it works perfectly. I'm talking about this because this is one of my favorite little things that I've made that's crazy cheap and super useful. I use it quite often. So if you don't know what an Sirchie Narco Test Pouch is, Sirchie, like I said, is the brand. Narco Pouch is the actual type of actually checking for controlled substances and stuff like this. So this is test kit number 11. So this one's for Mecky's Modified. That's for heroin. They also make ones for, you'll see they have cocaine, MDMA, marijuana, THC, synthetic cannabinoids, a whole bunch of other good stuff. But this is pretty much what I use. Like I said, it was crazy cheap to make. Originally, it started off as this. This was a Plano Pro Latch Stowaway 3600 series. I think it was cost maybe $10, maybe. I couldn't actually tell you. Could have went up since then, but this thing is crazy easy. It comes with all these little dividers. I made them that so they go halfway through each side, and it works great. It fits, as you can kind of see here, the test pouches themselves perfectly with those divided in half. So what I also have on here is I just took a label maker that just made clear plastic stickers that also has the black lettering, and it works out great. It looks awesome. So you can kind of see what I have in the top left. I have Sirchie Narc wipes for cocaine. So those are usually like a blue, they're like a pinkish color, but they will turn blue if all of a sudden you start seeing that it pops positive as cocaine or cocaine hydrochloride, cocaine base, stuff like that. We also have a Scot Reagent, which is very similar. It's kind of the same thing. I'm not a chemist or anything. However, it works very much in the same way, whereas the Scot Reagent Modified, that really just tests for cocaine and cocaine base, or cocaine hydrochloride, technically. We also have, in here we have test kit number 1, Marquee reagent, which is for heroin, MDMA, or ecstasy, and methamphetamines. Special opiates, so stuff like that would be heroin, morphine, codeine, oxycodone, typically prescription narcotics, like actual narcotic analgesics. We also have Mecky's Modified for heroin. That one's very specific for heroin. Also over here I do have methamphetamine, MDMA, ecstasy, which is right over there, number 15. I have a whole bunch of Levine for marijuana or THC. We get that a lot in our state. THC is still illegal. It has no, there's no medical marijuana card at this time, but so we get this quite a lot, but it is a possibility. I use that more than anything. For us, we also have synthetic cannabinoids, so that would be K2, spice, stuff like that. That's actually a 2-part. These are the 22As, or the 23As, and that's 23Bs. So this is step 1, step 2 for synthetic cannabinoids. There's always new ones every day, so I guarantee that wouldn't come with much. Oh, I also forgot I do have a few fentanyl reagents hiding in there. I don't really like using that too much because usually if we suspect there's fentanyl, then it has to stay at the lab. Here, I need to refill it, but we do have some, I did have some little eyedroppers that do have distilled water in them. So if there's very small particulate or something like that, you can dab it with one of these, a little cotton swab, dab it. Wipe it up, and then put the actual cotton swab into one of these reagents. There is also little tweezers that can be cleaned as needed in order to grab little tiny pieces. So I also have that. So that's just a kind of little tiny space because of this little hump. That's my best little spot for it. And then the last ones, I believe I just have marijuana THC ones. They're not quite as good as the 05 Levines with the KNs, but they're just made with a different base of chemical. But that's generally how it is. Like I said, it fits perfectly. They work really great. On the back, I do have how you actually break them up. So again, 15 meth MDMA. For the first and second ampule, you break it 5 seconds, agitate. Third, you break that 2 seconds and amputate it. and agitate it. So kind of goes through all the rest of them. Again, first, second ampule. First ampule, there's only one of those, 10-10-10, 60-10-10 for Ducanolivine, but it kind of goes over my actual instructions. The actual instructions for these guys are on the actual ones themselves, but that's how I kind of keep it working really well. That's how I can remember how to do it and do it on the fly. But this is by far one of my best ones. Pick up a Plano 3600, pop in these if you use the Sirchie Narco Test Pouches, but this is the best thing, the cheapest thing, and the best way that you can use this to keep all your stuff separated and still looking nice and keep it working well. So enjoy.